culture and true common sense. You know what you know and you like what you like singing a song or riding a bike. 2-hour symphonies, ping pong.
Every semester, a couple of Wake Forest students get together and are basically running a drama program over at Paisley IB Magnet School. So we come in and it really depends on the semester what we try to do. So sometimes we focus on playwriting, other times we focus on different elements of theater. Sometimes we are really ambitious and try to put on an entire one act. This semester we put on the SEUSSIFICATIon of Romeo and Juliet. And this was the first time in the program's history where we've been able to have a set and costumes and an actual performance.
Yo, Romeo, yo! Where'd he go, Romeo?
He went home to bed, that's where I'm gonna go.
But I saw him heading back towards the east.
That can be right, because his bed is due east.
I'm telling you he didn't go home to bed.
My friend, no offense, but you need a new pet.
Oh, my little love monkey, thou sweet chimpanzee, come out and quit hiding, you weasel.
How now? Move on.
Get up off the floor. Is your mother? She's right outside the door.
The students acted in the production, which we got to see and was incredible, but they also got to give input on the set, input on the costumes. We had some of the students play with t-shirt designs, talk about the props. Some of the students, when they weren't in it as much, I asked to help me assistant direct, so I got to get that second pair of eyes, and they got to feel like they had a little bit more of a creative control over it, which was really cool. But the primary thing they all did was they came to rehearsals every day, they memorized those lines, and they got up on stage and performed.
Drama is extraordinarily invaluable to the development of these children. You know, the reality is that there is this creativity, this sense of play acting that exists in everyone. And of all the things that we do outside of our regular school curriculum, drama to me is about the most important thing that we do. The last performance, we had one of our young performers pick up a muffed line, toss it back to the person who was supposed to give it, make a joke out of it, and keep right on going without a second thought. A year ago, he wouldn't have been able to do that, and to me, that kind of growth is huge. That's why, you know, Alexa and Heather have brought something to me. I mean, there's no way I could have done it.
This has been an interesting program. It hasn't had a lot of structure until this semester, and so knowing that we could give the structure and the safe space to these kids was really awesome.
The more structured it becomes, the more dedicated the kids become. They get to see that when they work hard at something, they can produce great results. And I think that's something that they haven't always realized in the past, but when they put in the effort to learn those lines, to go over their blocking outside of class, to work with each other, when they put in that full kind of energy and they get the response from like a standing ovation in an audience, then they can see that it's all worth it.
And they fell in love.
The biggest thing that I've seen is the developing them as adult human beings. I mean, that's what we're there for, is to bring these children along that path to adulthood, and that's what you see this production we just finished with. In fact, I was stunned with the growth these children exhibited between when we started and then when we did our final 2 performances.
I mean, I think the most special thing is just seeing the confidence in these kids grow as you go through the production. Before the final production at Wake, one of the girls came up to me and she was like, I lost my voice, and speaking as quietly as she possibly could, and I could tell it wasn't necessary. The day before she performed had been totally fine. It seemed a little bit of a show, and so I thought maybe she was just nervous, and you know, I got to sit down with her and be like, I understand if you're feeling sick, if you feel like you can't perform, but you've worked so hard, like try to go out there, and if worse comes to worse, one of the students at Wake will come in and read for you. And she ended up going out there, and I was backstage because I had to perform to cover one of the students' absence, and she comes back after her first part on stage and she goes, my voice is back. And I'm like, yay, I'm so happy. And like to just kind of see her gain that confidence in herself once she had like the support of all the people in the audience was such a huge moment for her. And I've been in the drama club with her for like the past 3 years. And so to see her go from that kind of like huge fear and in such a short time transform into this person who's confident in what she can do has been one of the most rewarding things. And I could say that about any of the students.
I would love to see this program continue. It's very near and dear to my heart. A lot of times Wake students are really busy, and so it is a hefty time commitment, and so sometimes it can be tricky getting the volunteer support that you need to make it successful, but it's important, and so even if you only have 1 or 2 volunteers that do it, if their heart is in it, they can make it work.
I would like to see the infusion of the energy and the talent and the knowledge that the Wake Forest students bring infuse our program, and then I can go to the headmaster and say, I want this as an elective for these students, and have the numbers that we can go ahead and do it. Because, after all, that's exactly what the school district's going to say. Do you have the numbers to sustain the program? And with the Wake students, I think we've got a real shot at that.
We hope you've enjoyed this tragic moment, because we've all enjoyed it
100%!
In this day and age, teachers only stretch so far, and then Wake Forest University shows up with the most magnificent pair of teacher extenders I've ever met. And so for the past 3 years, they have kept our drama program going. And I think we can safely state tonight that we've hit the penultimate fruition of one of the most fantastic drama programs in the world. Now, I could stall only so long until my speeding crowd comes rolling in with our... There we are. Thank you all very much for joining.